Hey, what's up? My name is Shmuley Hoffman and this is Entre Filmmaker. Today, I want to do something that probably a lot of you have been waiting for. You know that there's the HomePod out there and I got one of those. But I think what is really an important and timely question is, what happens if you don't have just one, but you have two of those? So I'm not just interested in how one of them works by themselves, but how do they kind of work together? The other question that I had is this something that professionals could use maybe as some studio monitors when they are editing, for example, in post-production or doing their own music? And then lastly, I want to see, are the rumors true about like this whole Siri mess? You know, many said it's great sound, but you know, the Siri options are not so great. So I want to dive into it and see if this all makes sense and is true. So let's dive into it. So let me quickly unpack this whole thing. And then you lift this up. Okay. And as many indicated already in the pre-reviews is that it is heavy. So there's a lot of, I don't know, electronic in there, it seems. So then you plug this into an outlet. What we really need is actually an iPhone for this in order to set up. So then once it is on and it makes this sound, then you get automatically this setup menu similar to the AirPods. So you hit setup and then we'll choose a room, master bedroom. So now it asks me to subscribe to Apple Music. I hit not now and then enable personal requests. We do this, use this phone and then Siri on HomePod, boom. We agree and then we transfer our settings. The HomePod is very well built. It feels very solid because it's very heavy. And down here it's kind of rubberized with a little cutout and it indeed can't really, move. When you say, hey Siri, how are you doing? Then it gets this light. You see that when it's playing something, you have those a plus and a minus, and that is basically for your volume. And then you hit once and it stops and you hit again and it plays again. You hit twice and it moves to the next track. And 3 times, 1, 2, 3 is back to the beginning or to the next track before. The one thing that I do not like is that the cable is actually fixed, attached to HomePod, so you can't just plug it out. So overall, the build quality I like very much. It's very sleek, it's very small and compact. So when I compare white versus black, which one should you get, right? Like brand new, they look both great, but I saw at Apple, at the store, that the white one started already having a little bit of some graying or discoloring, and I think it will look dirty pretty quickly as opposed to the black one. I would choose the black one over the white one. Hey Siri, play some Glenn Goldbach. So I can hear it's like right here. It's not very like room filling. So it sounds when I'm getting close to it really just around here, very small. But if I'm over there behind the camera, that's about like 2 feet away, then it sounds really like room filling. Hey Siri, play Infected Mushroom. Let's see how bass comes along. Let's compare it actually to, a boombox like this here. So with this one, I can clearly hear, I don't know if it comes through the microphone, it's very reduced. I think the difference between the two is really significant. For what it is, form factor, sound, it really creeps under your skin. And I think that's what a speaker and the sound system is supposed to do. So what's impressive, and that's really kudos to this thing, no matter how loud it is, it will recognize my voice and will translate that into the right commands. I think Siri does actually a very good job in translating the commands. I found it almost no different than to an iPhone. What is 33.25% out of 295?
The answer is about 0.00113.
Hey Siri, set a timer for 5 seconds.
5 seconds and counting.
Great. Let's try if we can send actually a message through Siri. Send a message to Margaret Hoffman. I will be there in 5 minutes.
Your message to Margaret Hoffman says, "Little light is flickering, light will show up and she will record my request."
Okay, one more time. Hey Siri, send a message to Margaret Hoffman. I will be upstairs in 5 minutes.
Your message to Margaret Hoffman says, "I will be upstairs in 5 minutes. I'll send your message."
Okay, and was then immediately sent to her through this phone. So let's see what happens if we do contextual questions. What's the weather like today?
It's currently cloudy and 62 degrees in Philadelphia.
And next week?
Expect some clear skies in Philadelphia next Sunday.
Hey Siri, and what about in Berlin, Germany?
Looks like in Berlin, Germany, there will be mostly clear skies and cloudy skies between this afternoon and Friday.
Who won the Super Bowl?
The Eagles defeated the Patriots in the Super Bowl by a score of 41-33 last Sunday.
And who won in 1982?
The 49ers narrowly defeated the Bengals in the Super Bowl's by a score of 26-21 on January 24th, 1982.
Make an appointment at 9 a.m. next week, Wednesday. Doctors.
I can't access your calendar here. Sorry about that.
So you can't use HomePod for your calendar. Create a reminder, buy bread.
Okay, I added buy bread to the reminders.
Call my wife.
I wish I could, but I can't help you make calls on HomePod.
So here's the setup of the black one. So it takes a couple minutes in order to, transfer the settings from the white one over to the black one. And now it's asking me actually use as stereo pair. And let's do this. Let's hit this. Is this HomePod on the left or on the right side? So this one is clearly on the right side. We hit right, and then we continue transfer settings to it. Now we have basically 2 HomePods. They're connected with each other in stereo. Hey Siri, play some music. It's only coming from this speaker. I cannot hear this speaker. 2 different things going on. Okay, that doesn't sound to me very immersive because it sounds more like a balagan between 2 HomePods. Hey Siri, stop. Hey Siri, stop. So it seems that they're both kind of connected with each other, but the feature is not working. Oh well, they were delayed actually for 9 months and the software is still not up to date. The pros. I think it has a great build quality. I think HomePod looks and feels great. Sound quality is totally amazing. I found that the setup was super easy. Everything was automated. I didn't need to link anything. In regards to Siri, this new Siri voice sounds really great, almost like a human being, much more natural than before. So let's talk about the cons. Number 1 is Siri is still lagging behind. If I cannot put something in my calendar, the reminder is only 1 reminder at a time. I cannot make phone calls, and I think that needs to be improved. The main huge disappointment is that I couldn't pair it actually together as a stereo setup, and that's why I made actually this review. I wanted to see how it actually compares when you set up 2 speakers as a big stereo pair. You cannot attach any other services. Many of us consume different services, whether it's Spotify, Pandora, or just plain old radio. You are tied to the Apple ecosystem. That means podcast, Apple Music, and that's about it. So I think Apple went back to its origin. Steve Jobs always said it's all about the music, and I think they went back to that promise, whereas all the other competitors put a lot of effort into the AI engines that drive Alexa and Google Now and so on. The sound, the main thing why we buy actually this piece, is kind of often lacking with those devices. Lastly, who is this HomePod right for? I think it's right for the person who really, at least at this point, enjoys music and just that. If you're looking for something that's kind of more all-round, you like the music, but you also like to have really a robust AI assistant, then I think you should look elsewhere. So, if you like those type of videos, reviews, or hacks, for your career, for your life, then I would be ever so grateful if you could just subscribe down here on YouTube. And I see you then in my next episode. Till then, happy shooting. Bye-bye.